Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, big day tomorrow. Might be the biggest day for Bitcoin of 2022. And that's when CPI data comes out. So, let's talk about what's going on with CPI. What's going on with inflation? Why is so crucial this data from tomorrow and how it's going to affect Bitcoin and crypto overall. And also, I do have some other interesting things about NFTs to share. So, let's get started. Thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 3 streams almost every day. 8:30, 11:30, 8:30. So make sure you hit that notification bell. That's pretty much 24/7, guys. Hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing good tonight. Bitcoin is still doing good. Crypto is still doing good. So overall, we're having a good day. So looking at Bitcoin 44.3, didn't really move much today, but you can see we're still on the right track. We're still flipping around. And in fact, fear is at 50 now. We're in neutral territory. Been a couple days now, so that's a start. And you can definitely see how we're coming up and the fear level is dissipating just like all previous times when Bitcoin started to come and rise back up, right? So it's very, very familiar. And if you look at the entire crypto market cap, pretty much everything outside of stablecoins, everything is still showing green. So that's good. So, I mean, today's overall is very good. You have some good movers today, a good recovery day, right? But the question is, what about tomorrow? What's going to happen tomorrow, right? That's the big question. And you know what? Right now, let's go to CNBC. You can see that the futures are basically flat. So supposedly the White House released some numbers kind of preparing people for the CPI data that's coming out tomorrow. It looked like they were trying to downplay it, and it sounded not so good. However, I mean, it's pretty obvious that the Wall Street traders are ignoring what White House is saying. Otherwise, we would have a lot more red. So it does seem like Wall Street has already priced in, and this is the reason why we've been rallying this whole week and pretty much all of last week, because Wall Street already priced in that this number is probably not going to be bad. That's how I'm taking it. Now, Wall Street has been wrong many times before. It's not like they're magicians or fortune tellers. A lot of times they just don't get it right. Just like when they sold off Bitcoin, that was the wrong move, right? But it does seem like they're pricing in that tomorrow will come in line or maybe be even below. And there may be something to that helps. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But before I get into all the CPI stuff and how it's going to affect Bitcoin and crypto, there are other positive news I want to share first of all. And it involves NFTs. There's a lot of news coming out about NFTs, and a lot of companies and projects are getting involved. Even individuals are getting involved, right? This is the reason why I don't believe NFTs are going to go anywhere. So there's still many people that think that it's going to go away. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. So let's start out with Disney. Disney just reported their earnings, and they are way, way, way up in the aftermarket. And that's because their subscribers on Disney Plus has shot up through the roof, way more than people expected, and this is causing problem for the likes of Netflix. This is the reason why Netflix has such a horrible quarter, because they're not able to add as many users as before. First of all, because they're the biggest, and second of all, you have someone like Disney that's kind of stealing some of the thunder away. Now, that's not the important thing. The important thing is Disney is going to get involved with the metaverse. Just like all these other brands that are getting involved, Disney thinks that they can do it best. And why not? Because they have actual physical metaverses out there, basically. They have all the theme parks out there. And the CEO of Disney basically said, we're going to get involved with metaverse. And we're going to do better than everyone because we're going to integrate and make sure that we have a really good experience, virtual to physical and vice versa, right? And if you think about it, Disney is in a really good spot to do it. I mean, imagine wearing VR goggles, walking around the parks, and seeing interactive characters come up. I mean, it's going to be wild. It's going to be like no other experience out there, right? So just want to throw that out there first of all. So Disney is now going to get involved with the metaverse along with all the other big tech companies that I've been talking about. And they're not the only ones. Guess what? McDonald's, everyone's favorite fast food restaurant, is getting involved with metaverse. In fact, they have just filed a trademark so that they will be releasing McDonald's franchises in the metaverse. And who knows? You could get a virtual Big Mac. You could get a virtual whatever, fries, virtual Happy Meal. And maybe you'll get some exclusive NFT drops with those Happy Meals. Remember, McDonald's did have a McRib NFT recently, right? Maybe all items they sell are NFTs. Maybe, the special prizes you get with a Happy Meal are special NFTs. Think about it. The potential is endless. It's endless, and there's so much creativity that can be done. So it's no wonder brands want to get in, right? So McDonald's also getting involved with NFTs. What else is there? I just randomly saw Heidi Klum just bought a CryptoPunk. So obviously celebrities are getting involved still with NFTs. This is a big purchase. I don't know how much that is, but it's in the millions probably. And one of my favorite projects, Harmony, is also trying to beef up their NFT ecosystem. About $13 million in grants and bounties to fund creatives involved with the NFT ecosystem. So Harmony, they're taking it serious too, like so many other chains out there, right? So there's a lot of goodness happening in this space, revolving around metaverses, GameFi, NFTs, right? It's only the beginning. All right. So I want to lead off with that. Now, what else is there? Well, BlackRock. I don't know what to think about BlackRock, but sources tell us that BlackRock is about to enter crypto in a big way. They're going to start offering crypto trading. Now, BlackRock is the company that's behind all the ESG FUD back in 2021, and arguably the one company that forced Elon to stop taking Bitcoin for Teslas, because BlackRock is the third largest shareholder of Tesla. So as you can see, there's a connection there, and all this ESG FUD about mining and all this stuff, right, probably stemmed from BlackRock. And BlackRock's CEO and CIO have both come out, multiple times saying, oh, we're dabbing into crypto, we're looking at it, we're not sure, and but it does seem like they're ready now. So a lot of the stuff that we may have been seeing for the past year or so, some of the FUD, some of the volatility, some of the manipulation that's going on, right, could be from BlackRock, because they're about to enter crypto trading. Could have been that they were the ones that were accumulating behind the scenes. Who knows? Who knows, right? The largest asset manager in the world, when they get in, probably they've accumulated enough. So just think about that. So I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if this is good or bad. Normally, something like this would be good, but I think BlackRock is not good for crypto. I don't know. I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. So there's that. Terra, another one of my favorite projects. Terra partners with the Washington Nationals, which was brought up this morning. I didn't know. I'm not a baseball guy, so Washington Nationals is a baseball team. So there is going to be a close collaboration between the two. Okay, and there's probably going to be signage and posters and ads within the stadium. I don't know what the extent is, but we see a lot more of this. Crypto companies getting involved with sports teams and stadiums and endorsements, right? Throwing their money around, using their war chest to get the name out, right? This will continue, and let's see if it helps Terra in any significant way. All right, so those are things I want to start off with. Now, let's get to the main topic, and that is Bitcoin's biggest day tomorrow. And Well, I already showed this. Futures are still negative. But let's talk about inflation. Let's talk about CPI, Consumer Price Index. Okay, so this data is going to come out highly talked about how it's going to jump up to about 7.2 or 7.3%. One of the two. It depends on where you're looking because the economic calendar on Market Watch is predicting 7.2. But there are some, CNBC predicting 7.2, but there are some that says it's going to be 7.3. So it's predicted to be 7.2 of 7.3. Okay, even if it gets to that, it's going to be the highest since 1982. Draymond, thank you. It's going to be the highest since 1982, which is not good. I believe that's the year of Black Monday when the stock market crashed in 1982. So it's not good overall, but here's the thing. I mentioned there's some White House pretty much came out and says, be ready for high inflation, right? I don't know if they're just trying to prep people and trying to get people buttered up for tomorrow. I don't know if that's the case or not, but this will be very, very telling because this will basically tell us if inflation is just still on the uprise or it's tapering off. Okay, if it's tapering off, that's what we want to see. We don't want to see hyperinflation and this number keep going up to the moon, especially as an investor, right? You don't want to see that because this is going to force Fed Chair Powell to raise and hike the interest rates a lot this year, starting with March, 50 basis points possibly, and he may do it 4, 5, 6 times. Because he has to take action because high inflation is no good, right? But he has to take into account the labor force and how the economy is overall. And we had some controversy last week, right? Or maybe 2 weeks ago when job numbers came out, right? And it was adjusted so that November and December, it was adjusted higher. So it looks like we had actually more jobs. And then our the January number was spectacular. And it looked kind of fishy that everything was adjusted so high. So it's indicating that the labor force is strong. And if tomorrow's inflation numbers also come in very strong, that's basically giving the green light or okay to Fed Chair Powell to basically go very, very hawkish on the rate hikes, right? And something else that's a little controversial with this is that they have decided, at least the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics have decided to throw this in, saying updated seasonal factors to be introduced. So basically, they're saying that they will adjust previous numbers too. So whatever came out in December, whatever came out in November, could be seasonally adjusted too, based on the current numbers. So is it going to be like the job reports where, it's all adjusted upwards to make it look worse than it is? Or is it going to be adjusted downwards to make it look better than it is? We don't know. We'll see tomorrow. But the job report was really a surprise because everything was adjusted up so much. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense. But we'll see tomorrow. Now, what's the point to this? Well, why is it a big day? If the number comes in higher than 7.2 or 7.3, okay? If it comes in way higher, let's say the number is at 7.5 or 7.8 or 8.0 tomorrow, it's not going to be good for the markets, okay? The markets did not price that in. So if it comes in way, way, way higher, then we're probably going to see a sell-off with the equities market. We probably will see that. However, if it comes in line, let's say 7.3, 7.2, or even comes below at 7, or I don't know, it's seasonally adjusted to 6.8 or something, well, then the markets go rally like we haven't seen for a long, long, long time. So this will bring on volatility tomorrow for sure. The only way it doesn't is if it comes right in line at 7.2, which is what everyone's thinking, then maybe we just get a non-event. But if we get higher number or lower number, we're definitely going to see some volatility tomorrow. So that's why tomorrow's such a big day for markets and crypto, right? And recently we have seen some correlation, unfortunately, with Bitcoin and crypto with the equities market, especially NASDAQ. So there could be that correlation tomorrow. If the markets fall down, can Bitcoin and crypto fall down too and be dragged along? Yes. But in the opposite, can it be dragged upwards? Yes. That's short term. But long term, you know what? This is the reason why we want to buy Bitcoin. And this is the reason why we want to hold Bitcoin, because of inflation. Okay. Now, before I get to that, I didn't want to show you guys this. This came out last month. Okay. So this is last month. Just so you guys are aware in terms of how bad inflation is, take a look at some of the things that have been adjusted for year to year. Gasoline up about 50%. Used cars, 37%. Energy up 30%. Gas services 24%. Meat, poultry, fish, eggs 12%. New vehicles 12%. Tobacco 9%. And it goes on and on and on. Okay, even food, common food, normal food 6%. Electricity 6%, right? So there's a lot of stuff that really like shifted upwards. Now a lot of stuff you could argue didn't go upwards, but you know, this is not measuring everything. If you measure any kind of investment, you put real estate in here, right? You put real estate, you put Bitcoin, it's gonna be off the charts, right? So there's many things that's not measured in here, but it kind of gives you an example of some of the things and how much they went up by. This is why inflation sucks, because before, when you can get, let's just say energy, you could get your energy, you know, for entire months for $100. Now it's 130. It starts adding up, right? Okay, so that's short term. What about long term? Okay, what about long term? Why should we buy Bitcoin to hedge against inflation? This has been the ultimate question. So let's start with this. 11 years ago, Bitcoin, congratulations, reached $1. 11 years ago. Seems like so long ago. But it was only 11 years ago. I still remember 11 years ago like it was yesterday. Maybe because I'm just too old now. But I still remember 11 years ago. And, you know, that wasn't that far. That was only like 4 years after the iPhone came out. So think about that, right? So 11 years ago, Bitcoin hit $1. And look at where we are now at $44,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. I can't even calculate the percentage there, okay? That's a lot. That's a lot. So this is one way to judge whether or not Bitcoin is a good hedge against inflation. Because inflation is at 2%, 3% every single year, let's say going back 11 years, right? You have to hold something that moves faster than inflation. You have to hold something that appreciates faster than 2 to 3% every year. And right now, being at 7.2 possibly, right? You have to hold on to something that appreciates faster, or goes up faster than 7.2%. Otherwise, you're actually losing money, right? Because everything that you're buying is getting more expensive. So even though you have the same amount of cash maybe, but your buying power decreases by that 2 to 3% every year if you're not holding on to investment. So if you go back 11 years, where was gold? Well, if you go back 11 years to 2011, gold peaked out around 2,200. And I could see why Peter Schiff continues to believe in gold, because before 2011, gold went from $400 all the way to $2,200. That was 11 years ago. And since then, it has been going down and down and down and down. It's clear that gold, ever since, basically, you could argue, Bitcoin came out, ever since Bitcoin came out, gold has peaked and has not come back. It dropped pretty low to 1,200. Recently, it came up to 2,000, and then now it's at 1,800, right? But if you go back over 11 years, it is lower than it was 11 years ago. Where if you compare that to Bitcoin, it went from $1 to 43,000 or 44,000. So big difference. Now, Peter Schiff is still on Twitter saying that, well, gold is now above 1835, but no one's paying attention to it because everyone is paying attention to Bitcoin. No one realized that Bitcoin is now, gold is above 1832, but, Tech Dev, I think, posted the best answer, and that is gold versus Bitcoin over the last 11 years. Gold lost 99.99%. This is the reason why gold is no longer a good hedge against inflation. Because for the last 11 years, it did not move. In fact, its dollar value went down. And it lost 99.99% versus Bitcoin. Okay? So this is the reason why I come to this conclusion that there's no better hedge against inflation than buying Bitcoin. It could be the reason why Russia and Putin is buying Bitcoin now. Right? Because their inflation is through the roof. Many countries that's suffering from economic turmoil and hyperinflation, they're buying Bitcoin, right? Why are they buying Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is the universal currency now. It's a universal store of value that isn't controlled by any company or any country. It wasn't tied into any sovereign state. It's on its own. The network is generating value, right? And everything else that's traditional, like gold, is suffering. And same thing. You look at the dollar, it is down 99.9% over the last 10 years. And 11 years will be the same as gold. 99.99 lost. Right? So the longer you hold Bitcoin, the better it is. It's really that simple. Right? And this is why Bitcoin right now, as an overall asset, is at number 9 on the all-time list, right under Tesla right now. And once upon a time earlier in 2021, it was above silver, which is a major accomplishment if you think about it. But there's a big distance between Bitcoin and gold. And seeing how Bitcoin is a better hedge against inflation, and seeing how countries and companies and institutions and retail investors all are paying attention and now buying, you know what? There's no reason to think that Bitcoin can't catch up to gold and one day surpass it, which would place Bitcoin at over $600,000. So is there room to grow for Bitcoin? Yes. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. All right. So that's my take on Bitcoin. So long-term inflation is no good, but if you think about it, high inflation is good for assets like Bitcoin, and many are starting to realize that, and many are turning to Bitcoin. And that is why I continue to hold Bitcoin, why I continue to be bullish on Bitcoin, and why I think that it's something that everyone should hold. But tomorrow will be a really telling story. What is the number going to come out to be? Is it going to be high? Is it going to be low? We just don't know. We just don't know. We'll see tomorrow, though. We'll see tomorrow. All right, let's do some Q&A. Crypto Bagman. I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. Mr. Nice Guy, I'm obsessed over you, George. I'll take that in a good way. I'll take that in a good way. Calico, I appreciate that too. SRT8 token. All right. How much Bitcoin does Putin hold? Probably way more than any of us can guess. The fact that Russia is now making Bitcoin legal as currency, and Putin himself said, we welcome miners into our country, they're fully embracing Bitcoin at this point. So I'm pretty sure they already have a good amount of Bitcoin. I mean, Ukraine is estimated to have $2 billion worth already, and that could be very, very underestimated. Who knows what Putin has? Who knows what China has? Who knows what the U.S. government has? Well, we know, $3.6 billion, but it could be more than that. All right. What do you think about Spell Token? I don't really have any opinion on Spell Token. People saying it's crashing right now. Okay, is it really? The red doesn't even like register right now. So anyone that says it's crashing, chill the F out. Someone says during the zombie apocalypse, I'm gonna put my gold in my bag and hit zombies and head with it. Well, that's one good use case for gold that you can't do with Bitcoin. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Litecoin, anyone? This is a Litecoin free zone on this channel right here. Dan Sosa. Dark again saying that I'm gonna put you in timeout just for being a weak hand. Let's see. Nate argues gold's advantage is that it's uncorrelated to the stock market. It's only an inflation hedge some of the time. See, here's the thing though. Uncorrelated to the stock market? Really? Really? Because we have seen gold sell off with the stock market too. So I don't buy that it's uncorrelated. And you could argue that that's Wall Street's fault. Because Wall Street, there's a lot of paper gold. So Wall Street is trading all these ETFs and futures and stuff like that. And it's definitely affecting price. I've seen it. Otherwise, gold would not be, just going flat or even down. So, and you could argue that it has an inverse effect, right? That it's supposed to go up when the markets go down, and that's not happening either. Update on Sol. There's really no update right now. There's still good. Still a good project. Metapolis. Zilliqa's highly immersive, customizable, and metaverse play. Yes, I've heard about it, but I've not looked into it. Why does Peter Schiff hate Bitcoin? It's probably because he holds a gold company and he sells gold. But the funny thing is, he doesn't even keep the gold. He just sells it for cash these days. So I don't know. I don't know. The ADA lose as a project. I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, it's still number 7 right here, so I don't think it lost anything. Did you hear about Veracity partnering with Axie Infinity for the Gala Cup? No. Good for Veracity. I mean, they're a streaming platform at this point. Okay, so they do need to partner up with more projects and stream more tournaments and esports related stuff. That's really the thing that's going to drive them up and get more usage, right? So, good for them. Good for them. Someone asked about XRP. I have a special message about XRP at the end of this video. So if you want to learn more about XRP, you don't want to miss this video. Any chance Meta and Zuck buys another metaverse platform? They're probably desperate to, but I don't know who is going to actually buy it. So I mean, who they're going to buy out. I have no idea. I don't know who's left in the space for them to buy. That's the only thing they could do right now for growth. They can't seem to get anything right now. Harmony's Bitcoin bridge went live today. Good for Harmony. Very good for Harmony. And someone else asked about it. I even brought up Harmony's new NFT fund too. So yeah, they're doing good. What about Cadena? Cadena's also doing good. One of the projects that is really recovering quite well. Actually, really, really well. I don't know where they are right here. They're up 12% today. They're above $10. Man, they were just at $5. They were just at $5 like a week ago. And they have doubled since then. So think about that. So they have recovered really well. I'm a big fan of Cadena, and we'll see what Cadix does for them. But besides them, there's a lot of projects that's coming aboard. Look at Flow. Flow is starting to come alive too. Flow is still hard to buy because not a lot of exchanges have them, but Flow has a lot of NFT stuff going on, like Top Shots and UFC, and very big investors in them. What else? Sheeb is still doing good. Sheeb is neck and neck with Dogecoin. It's go flip. One day it's go flip and just stay above. And it's not going to flip down anymore. Any marijuana crypto project to be taken seriously? No. I fell for that trap in 2017. There was a few that I thought was promising, but they all turned out to be shit or scams. So there's something about cannabis and marijuana, and somehow, you know, crypto's not involved. Where it should be. It's like a perfect pairing, but somehow it's not. I don't actually quite get it. It should be. SLP is ripping for 2 days now. Someone says it's because they changed the token economics. So now there's 56% less SLP being distributed in Axie. So that definitely should help them. What do you think about Cellframe? You know, it sounds very familiar. I forgot what it was. I think it's a DeFi project. I don't know why this just turned like that. Very, very, very small cap. So normally don't look at anything this small anymore. Quantum safe blockchain solutions. You know, when I see quantum safe, I just get turned off, and I just turn it off because, you know, first of all, I don't believe in that. And second of all, if there were quantum computers breaking, you know, your wallet keys, right, it's the last thing you need to worry about. So, Julius, not a fan. Do you think DAG will get traction this year? I hope so. They still look like they're a really good project. I just don't know. You know, I just don't know what's holding them back. They have a nice network, very fast, better smart contracts with state channels, arguably. They have the U.S. Air Force involved. I mean, that's the biggest endorsement, right? And they haven't done very well, but I'm hoping that they could come back. I like Avalanche a lot. I don't know too much about Blocktopia. Safe Haven, not a fan. I would not trust any crypto project to be passing on my crypto to my loved ones if I pass away. Just too early. I just don't trust them. Maybe someday. And maybe if people, you know, well, I hope it doesn't happen in the future, but if, you know, people actually use it and it works, then it would make me more comfortable. But right now, I would not trust it at all. Oh, is today DCA day? Today is DCA day. Today is DCA day. Let's bring up the portfolio. All right, I'm going to end with DCA. Let's see. Recalculating. Come on. All right, up 41% all time since June. Right, so this is up and down. At peak, it was like 130 or 140%, and then went down to like, I think a couple weeks ago it was down to like 20-something%. Now it's back up to 41%. But again, the whole point of this is to prove to you guys DCA works. You don't have to make silly trades. You don't have to time top or bottom. You DCA over long haul, and I've been doing this for, you know, since the end of June of 2021. So. What to DCA? My biggest the worst performer is Theta. And Theta has been doing pretty bad. But hopefully they could come back up because they have their new T-Drop token. But yeah, they have not been doing well overall. So, you know what? Let's see. Sheeb in here has not been doing well. Stacks, Nervos, they're about even. Some of these Constellation I mentioned not doing well. Doge, not doing well. Polkadot, not doing well. I'm really surprised by that. Terra's good. Illuvium's good. Cadena, actually down. I might actually DCA into Cadena some more, because I do think they're recovering really quick. VeChain is down a little bit. Harmony, Cosmos, BNB, Ecomi all up significantly. Cardano's about same. Decentraland up huge. Huge. That was a good DCA. Polygon up huge. Solana up huge. Ethereum up huge. Bitcoin up a good amount. I think it's good to... You know what? I'm going to do these three right here since I'm down a little bit. VeChain, Avalanche, Cadena. I think this is... I like all three. I like all three L1s. So let's do that. Oops. Uh-oh. How much? Let's do $50 worth of Cadena. So like 5.1. Yeah, 5.2. Okay. And transaction. Okay, and then I'm going to do about $25. Okay, perfect. And then, where's the Avalanche? I'm going to add $25. There we go. Okay, that's it. That's it for this week. And we'll see. I'll keep doing this. $100 every week. Every week. Wednesday night. We'll just keep doing this. We'll do this for 5 years, 10 years. And watch this balloon up to 100,000, 200,000. It'll happen someday. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. You know what? We'll see where Bitcoin is... tomorrow after CPI data. It's going to be a very important day. Okay, very, very important day. We can have a lot of volatility tomorrow, so be careful. Be careful. In the press release, Brian says BDC isn't safe, referring to it's actually safer. It's safer because you could track everything on the blockchain. It's simply that easy. You could track all transactions on the blockchain. All right. Now, as for me, I cannot stream in the morning. Unfortunately, I have to go to this event where I'm driving in the morning, so I won't be able to stream when this number comes out, which is at 8:30 a.m. EST. So Central Standard Time is 7:30. So unfortunately, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna try to put out a video later in the morning to discuss what's going on, but I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow night. So just to give you guys a heads up, I'm not going to be able to do my usual morning open stream tomorrow. But maybe I'll figure out a way. Maybe I'll do it while I'm driving. You know, I'll just use my phone and film myself driving and talking. No, I'm just kidding. But I'll try to figure something out for you guys. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.